Hello, this is the One Episode Rule podcast about first impressions. I'm Magpie, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm just kind of tired and beat up today, so I got no intro jokes for you.
You have to regenerate.
I'll be honest, yesterday I tested a shotgun that we had purchased, and I believe I held it incorrectly, and it damaged my arm.
Oh no.
Shotgun fought back.
It did bruise me pretty severely,
Shotgun
Aw.
chose violence.
as it often does.
Yes.
Usually.
I did not get it as bad as the leftover jack-o'-lanterns, however. So
Did you shoot the munchie boy in the face?
I did.
Oh,
Nice.
I got him. He won't hurt anyone else.
Well, I'm glad that we're safe at last.
Yeah. Finally.
So who and how are you people?
I'm Blackle. I'm doing pretty good because I recently got a VHS machine. So now I can watch VHS tapes. I watched Ocean's 11 on Monday night. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Now
That's
you can watch
pretty cool.
Now you can watch OVAs.
I can watch OVAs.
Yes!
My roommate doesn't have a collection of OVAs, but my roommate does have a collection of old VHS tapes. So
You're gonna have to start mail ordering some
I'll
OVAs.
have to start my own collection. I want okay. As far as VHS are concerned, I want to get Johnny Mnemonic on VHS. I think that's like the prototypical way to watch that movie.
I think you gotta get one, at least one other. I think you gotta get Devilman.
Devilman!
Devilman!
On VHS, yeah.
Hello. I am not Devilman. I am Joey. And this week I am here to gloat. Because I believe last week I was very correct about the show that we were watching, and none of you would listen to me.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry, Joey.
what I was correct about was we were watching Platinum End, and I said, hey, this show reminds me for some reason a lot of Death Note. And everyone was like, nah, it's different themes, different art.
One has to stick up for oneself. I didn't say it didn't remind you of Death Note, now did I?
Well, I said that it was going to go in a certain direction, and y'all were just like, oh, they wouldn't do that with this.
Wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that.
Do that.
And also to be real, I still don't think they're going to go in that direction. So.
I disagree, but
you'll have to watch to find out.
The reason that I am very correct about this show is, hey, same exact writers. Womp womp.
Although I'm gonna present the listeners a mystery, which is it the same exact writers? Because nobody knows who the fuck that dude really is.
Same exact writers.
It's a weird one.
People can have multiple stories in them. You know,
it's like two writers specifically, and
one of them is the Death Note writer. Did it have another writer attached to it? Because the other guy they talk about is usually the artist.
Yeah, the other one was the artist. That's probably why I recognized this character as a light Yagami like, is because the art, I guess, summoned that into my mind instantly within 2 seconds of me seeing it. It was like, why does this look like Light Yagami? Oh, it's because the artistic style it's the same. Yeah, well, I'm proud of myself, that's all.
Do you think that they would, like, because they're aware that, like, they are the Death Note writers? Like, do the Death Note writers know that they're the Death Note writers? And do you think they're going to try to subvert expectation?
Well, I mean, specifically this team up has only ever done Death Note together, as far as I could tell. And now this. So, like, they know. Trust me, they know. Also, yeah. I have been given a source that said the end is very Death Note. So,
The platinum end, if you will.
Platinum end.
Platinum end. So I believe that I'm right. Anyhow.
Well, right or not, just know that since you've reminded me of Light Yagami, I'm going to have to send pictures of him to Emma again and ask if it's Goro Akechi.
You should send the protagonist of Platinum End and ask if it's Goro Akechi.
Just feel like is this Goro Akechi?
Do it.
So
anyhow.
aside from a little trolling, we should get back to our normal activities of discussing the news. I've got 3 news stories as usual.
Mm-hmm.
First one. First concept art has been released for the live-action Mobile Suit Gundam Netflix film. Also, there's a live-action Mobile Suit Netflix film coming.
What? Since what? They're making live action of all the animes all at the same time.
I saw one for Bungo Stray Dogs, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But apparently it's going to be handled by the guy who directed Kong Skull Island.
Oh shit! I liked Kong Skull Island, but that's a weird choice for this anime one.
And the script guy was the Under the Dome guy, Brian K. Vaughan. So, we'll have to see.
Maybe.
Interesting. Let's see. Speaking of all the animes of all the Gokus and Luffy's and Naruto's and Deku's, I'm afraid they're all dead now because Shonen Jump Brawler Jump Force is going to end forever next year.
What? Wait, how? How can this be?
They're turning it the fuck off. That's how can it be.
Wait, Shonen Jump is just going to be over?
They're not the magazine. Jump Force, the video game.
Game. Was that ever a physical disc that you could purchase?
I don't know, but they're gonna delist it from digital storefronts, and they're gonna turn off the multiplayer servers.
Man, I hate when gamer companies do that shit.
Giving it an impressive span in the world of fighting games of let's see,
2 years maybe.
It's gonna be like 2.5 years.
Jesus.
Compared to the usual 20 plus that fighting games usually stay in the public consciousness.
Yeah.
But did not enough people? Did they give a reason?
I think it might be because it's terrible.
I suppose that would do it.
Now, to be fair, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. So.
I haven't got hands-on, but from the people I've seen who know about such things, they don't seem super enthused. Although everybody did really like the mod that made you be able to play Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Nice.
You're approaching me?
And last up on the news, another piece. Netflix has revealed the casting for the live-action One Piece series.
Yeah!
What is going on? They're making tons of live-action anime.
They're making a bunch of live-action anime, and I don't honestly understand why.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's going to fill the coffers of the podcast's news segment for a while.
Yep.
Yes.
So Jojo, you're the One Piece person. What do you think about these
okay.
castings?
Quick rundown. I like pretty much all of these. I'm not sure how I feel about their Sanji casting.
I don't know anything about this Taz Skylar. He does kind of look like he kind of looks like a smoothed out Eminem.
Yeah, I don't. Sanji's literally supposed to look like young Steve Buscemi, so I don't.
just cast Steve Buscemi.
He's gonna be like, "How's the sailing?"
Or one of those actors that Emma and Gil got mad at me for making fun of. claiming that they look like Steve Buscemi.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fan of their Usopp casting. It's like and their Luffy is pretty good. Nami and Zoro, so I can live with them, but they're gonna have to sell me on the Sanji. That's my take.
I don't know much about One Piece, so I'm neutral on any of this, but I do have a mental stumbling blockage, which I cannot actually imagine any of the One Piece characters as actual human beings. Because to do so would damage me psychologically.
They're gonna have to bend and tweak all of these people quite a bit. Like Usopp does have an enormous nose, which they better let him have, because that's like part of his
They're not
character. They gotta. I will kill them if they don't.
They're gonna write it out. It's gonna be gone.
I'll kill them.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't even think they're gonna let Zoro have green hair.
I will kill them.
And I don't think they're gonna make the guy who's playing Luffy have his fucking feral facial
big ol'
expressions.
smile. Well, I mean, yeah. There was always going to have to be a little bit of compromise with the art style, but I don't... They better not compromise too far. That's all I hope.
God. Luffy's smile is a threat. It's like when a primate smiles at you.
Correct.
Anyway.
Anyhow, can I give everyone else just one more tidbit of completely feral news that I've just seen minutes before we started this podcast?
Go ahead. I'll allow it.
Fortnite x Naruto crossover.
Yeah, I wasn't going to cover that, but all right, let's talk about it.
I don't have anything to say about it.
Believe it. He can finally use gun no jutsu. Because that's just what Naruto Uzumaki needed, a Glock.
Yes. I just it was burning upon my mind. I couldn't not mention it. It's the meme potential, y'all. My brain is exploding with power.
Okay, so it says Fortnite X Naruto, which looks like the property Naruto. So
what I'm assuming is that they're just gonna give people like Naruto skins.
Is it just gonna be Naruto, or are they gonna add the other boy so we can have even stupider memes?
You mean Boruto and Boruto's dad?
No, because Fortnite Naruto is funny, but Fortnite Sasuke is hilarious.
God, you're so right. Oh, Fortnite Sasuke,
nothing
please
personnel,
be real.
kid. So do you want to pick
behind you?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick a show?
It is my turn to pick a show this week, and well, I'm going to pick one that is not being stalled at all.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to make us watch Promised Neverland.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't know who suggested this to us. It says it's the only one in our document that says it is a mystery, and I'm gonna watch it now.
Open.
Okay. I thought that was Abby who suggested that to us.
It has never been written that way, so who knows?
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
Is anybody made to feel strangely hungry?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Help.
You know, I kind of had a vague inkling about what this show was going to be about beforehand, but I didn't expect fucking monsters at the end. But
I didn't either. I didn't know anything about this, and The end actually did surprise me because I was like, I knew something was gonna be wrong, right? Like,
I knew someone was gonna die, but I didn't know who, and that was interesting.
Oh yeah, when they took that little child away, I was like, no, she's gone.
But I in general knew the broad plot to a degree. It's just like, yes, this is a human farm, but
Yes.
weirdly enough, I didn't actually expect monsters, but just cannibalism.
I want to talk more about the premise after the blurb.
Yeah, let's do the blurb. Who wants this blurb? Blackle, you get this blurb.
Okay. Surrounded by a forest and a gated entrance, the Gracefield house is inhabited by orphans, happily living together as one big family. Looked after by their mama, Isabella. Although they are required to take tests daily, the children are free to spend their time as they see fit, usually playing outside as long as they don't venture too far from the orphanage. A rule they are expected to follow no matter what. However, all good times must come to an end, and every few months a child is adopted and sent to live with their new family, never to be heard from again. However, the 3 oldest siblings have their suspicion about what is actually happening at the orphanage, and they are about to discover the cruel fate that awaits the children living at Gracefield, including the twisted nature of the beloved mama.
All right.
So, I want to say that whoever came up with... So, generally, humans as meat, like aliens using humans as meat, is like a tried and true concept in sci-fi.
How to cook man.
Usually it's a twist. Like, generally it's the twist at the end. But this is whoever decided, like, I'm going to use a free-range human farm as their premise needs to kiss themselves on the mouth, because that's amazing.
So,
it's good.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little later. I don't want to go through the rundown, although it is actually covered in this blurb. But we're going into a little more detail. So
a little more of that meat.
This show is basically about your 3 main characters: Ray, Norman, and Emma. And Ray, Norman, and Emma get up in the morning. Was there a pre-scene or something before they got up in the morning?
Yeah, they were like lingering outside that
yeah, they were hanging out around outside at the gate.
They were looking at the gate and wondering
about the outside, because they're all orphans. See, they've grown up here. They're, as far as they know, their entire lives. Anyway, they go home and they go to bed and they wake up, and they have lots of heartwarming interactions with all their other orphan children. There's like 38 of them there. They all dress the same, which, it's an orphanage. They provided with similar clothes, I guess. I bought them in bulk.
Yeah.
And they might be dressed in recycled clothes, but we'll get into that later. So they they get up in the morning, they eat their breakfast, they interact with their mama. And it's all very wholesome. Like all the character interactions are genuinely nice, and
they're nice and cute.
I really liked how it seemed like there wasn't really any much friction between any of the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a little, but it's just kid stuff.
Yeah.
So they eat their breakfast. They take their test that they take for that day, which reveals that perhaps not high technology, but some level of technology is used here, because they're using a strange touchscreen test system, which I'm not familiar with.
It's a barcode scanner. It's like
that weird like scanner pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which is an extremely cool choice of technology to have.
Yeah, I've never seen like a test interface quite like that. But there's no reason it shouldn't work. But it shows you that despite kind of the appearances and tone, this is definitely at least a modern day work. And then they go outside because after the 3 main characters score the highest, one of the other kids, jealous, challenges Norman to a game of tag, which they play on this enormous estate.
Yes. Very, very big.
It can't be understated that Gracefield appears to sit on like British manor house land.
And the house isn't even that big, too.
These are real, true, free-range children.
They are.
Like, it's bigger than your typical family residence, but not that much bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 3-floor, kind of, I think maybe kind of Georgian-style house.
Yeah. All the kids, seem to sleep in the same room, too.
They sleep in a big dormitory.
Yeah.
They sleep in a big bed with their wife. No, I gotta stop thinking about Milhouse's dad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you think Milhouse's dad watches anime?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yes.
From his race car bed. But,
yeah.
But anyway, they go out to play tag, and Norman reveals that he's very good at tag. He doesn't...
Yes.
He's not necessarily very fast, but he has the strategy.
He's a tricky boy.
He's a tricky boy. And so does Ray, but Ray abstains from playing. He just keeps the time.
I think he's sickly.
That's my guess. He may be sickly or simply unenthused.
Yeah.
Emma is clearly the athlete of the group because she run her ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Norman systematically eliminates everyone, all the rest of the 38 kids, leaving just her. And does actually lose her in the forest when she leaps over a chasm, but he circles back around, susses out the tree that she's hiding under, and pretends to trip so she comes down to help him, and then he says, I tricked you.
That's your weakness, you're too nice.
Emma's weakness is she's just got the biggest heart you've ever seen of anyone ever.
She's too nice. The other guy's weakness was that he made snap judgments. But
yeah.
There was some war game shit going on in this hide and seek. He was leaving his footprint so people would look the wrong way.
I was into it.
Given that, he just whooped their ass against the same kid whose name I don't see on here, so you don't get his name. But the same kid is just like, ooh, I want a rematch. Except this time it's going to be us. We're going to be it, and you're going to be hiding.
All 38 of us, or 37, I guess, against you.
Yeah.
It takes them a surprisingly long time to find him, and only because he is at the fence. He's at a different section of the fence. Really, just a low metal fence. Contemplating
more
what's
of a marker
outside,
than anything.
Yeah.
When Emma finds him, and he says, and then they all eventually congregate and they have a long conversation about what they would like to do when they go outside, like ride a giraffe or become a mother or see a train.
Eat all kinds of foods.
There's a moment here where they're all like, yeah, this is kind of weird, right? We're kind of having a weird upbringing here, right? They're all looking around. They're like, we all have the same clothes and like.
Well, it's not even that.
So low.
It's just the fact that nobody who has left has ever written back.
Yes.
And they're like, that's weird, right? It's I guess they're just having so much fun out there.
Because they're kids. They can't think of,
the worst possibilities, yeah.
They can't think of the worst possibilities. Anyway, they go home, they get ready for dinner, and it's time for Connie to go to get adopted out, because they all get adopted out before they turn 12.
Mm-hmm.
And it's her birthday, so she's getting adopted out. And in the dark, they give her a little pea coat and a hat, and and Mama takes her down to the gate. And after a little while, Emma notices that she left her beloved bunny doll that she's been carrying around all day, and says, "Oh shit!
We gotta take her stuffed bunny."
And she doesn't know what to do until Ray points out that the lights at the gate are still on, so they probably haven't left yet. So they run down there to give her bunny back, and they don't find anyone.
Instantly.
They don't find anyone, except they find a truck, which none of them have ever seen a truck.
They probably have read it described in books and stuff.
They know what a truck is, but they haven't seen one personally. So they look around for a bit, and they say, "Oh, well, we don't know where she is. Do you think if we leave the bunny in the back of the truck, then that she'll be able to find it?" So Emma goes to do that and discovers that Connie hasn't left.
No.
Whoopsie doopsie.
Connie looks deflated.
Connie has been dumped into a pile of refuse, like so much leftover pea salad with a
She has
rose
been
growing out
farmed.
of her chest,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Strange choice of
The
murder weapon.
the children are understandably shocked by this.
Yeah.
They, and they very nearly scream, but they do notice that they hear voices, so they hide under the truck to witness monsters.
Yeah.
Just fucking monsters come out.
They're pretty creepy monster designs too. They got like
weird
like
fingers and
they have like skull faces, but
stacked eyeballs.
But like meat underneath the
yeah,
skull, like
big old
carapace.
claws.
And
their eyes are not set like human eyes. They're like.
And the two monsters, after making conversation about, oh, it sucks that we can't eat her, deposit Connie into some sort of like preservative.
Yeah.
And get her ready to go. Meanwhile, Isabella is just around, and the lead monster is just like, all right, pull the next 3.
Yeah. They have high scores. We got to eat these guys.
We have high scores. It's time to ship them out. We've been shipping out mostly normal.
Yeah,
we want some quality meat.
Good human brain meat.
Time for the prime rib.
Yeah.
And he does smell something. So he does go to look under the truck, but they've gone by that point. But they did leave the bunny rabbit.
They forgot the bunny, and that's how they're going to get discovered.
And then they spend the rest of the episode discussing their horrible revelation and how they have to get out, but they can't.
We gotta go.
They can't leave the other kids.
I really like how they didn't spend any time with like denial. Like they're just like, oh shit, this is happening.
Yeah.
Emma spent some time notably trying to get away from it because that's what human beings do.
Yeah, but like there was nothing more than that. It was
but Norman couldn't let her go on. It's just like, that was Connie.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever going to be like, oh, maybe it's not what it looks like. No,
I don't know what it is, but what it looks like is fucking bad.
What it looks like is bad, and
we gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of this place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they resolve to, like Tag, use strategy to get everyone out, and that's pretty much the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about shit here. First of all, in the first parts of the episode before the reveal, the tone is excellent.
Yes.
Because all of the character interactions and the characters running around and playing and stuff are great, completely innocuous, kind of heartwarming even. But there is a subtle edge of menace underneath all of it.
It's eeriness only on the behalf of the audience. Like, no one else is like, oh, things are a bit weird. It's like the audience knows things are weird.
Right, because you look at them all...
what brand of weird is happening?
And they accomplish this with like extreme deftness of strokes. The most blatant thing is that these kids are numbered. They have tattoos on their necks.
Huge tattoos on their necks.
They have huge neck tattoos, yeah.
Which I wonder how they explain to the kids.
Who knows?
Maybe they don't even need to because it's all they've known.
Maybe they could say it's just an orphanage thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They wouldn't know any better. But one of those kids is
I'm just imagining them having a book of like what's that like orphan boy book, the classic orphan boy book.
The what?
Can I have some more? Like, what's that called again?
Oliver Twist?
Oliver Twist.
They like, damn it, Joe.
They insert a chapter into Oliver Twist for when he gets his neck tattoo. Like, just so that it seems normal.
But,
sorry.
Damn it, I was trying to do a joke.
I'm sure that would have been funny. I thought of it too fast.
So these kids have neck tattoos, and they don't shy away from showing them to you. And there's just there's a feeling of wrongness throughout any scene in the house.
Like the scene where they're like, okay, today we're doing a big test. You only have 9 seconds per question. Do good. And it's like, this isn't right.
And they want to, and the kids want to do good, but they're just furrowing their brows and sweating,
trying to get the brain juice flowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really disturbing like depiction of how to be indoctrinated or to be taken advantage of. People don't need to be like openly evil to be intending to abuse you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you could love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you would never know that they would do you wrong until they did.
The mama Isabella was like, she's genuinely nice to them, but
you don't have to. You don't have to be mean to kids to get them to believe things that simply aren't true.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's why this show like really succeeds with what it's doing, is because, this is like believable.
Because she is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I like how like she even in like a quiet moment to herself, she like takes like a drawing off the walls or holds it to her chest. So I think like
we don't know her internal monologue at all.
Maybe
she could be like justifying this to herself, like, they're gonna face horrible death, but
maybe she doesn't have a choice.
Maybe she doesn't. She couldn't have a choice. Maybe she's not even aware of her actions.
Maybe, or like I said, or either even if she is aware, it might be I'm giving them a better, like a good life up until that moment.
Yeah,
I'm giving. Yeah. And it's going to be better than anything they would face out there, wherever out there is, because we don't know what it's like out there.
There's any number of strange possibilities for her internal motivations or justification of her actions. Now, so all of this was in this first episode. The hooks were executed perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah. Incredibly. I have an unfortunate series of predictions for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I want to read you the titles of a number of Mother's Basement videos related to the Promised Neverland.
All right, let's have it.
Okay.
March 30th, 2019. How to write a great anime villain, The Promised Neverland. Okay. June 13th, 2020. Phil's secret revealed.
Oh.
What?
March 30, 2021. I hate The Promised Neverland Season 2.
Okay.
Oh no!
So we just don't watch Season 2.
I didn't even know there was a Season 2.
Also,
I looked at this and I was like, only 12 episodes or whatever. Maybe
wait. I read this in the wrong order. Because before that, on February 16th, was Coping with The Promised Neverland Season 2.
Oh no.
So we simply don't watch Season 2, and instead, if we want any more, we'll just write fanfiction.
It will have to just end at the end of Season 1.
Fanfiction fixes everything.
Can we talk about the animation? Because
oh my gosh,
animation's great.
It was good. I loved they made a lot of like very striking choices. Like there was the one part where Norman's searching for what's her name?
Emma.
Yeah. So he's searching for Emma, and we see like the clock, the timer, like imposed like in the environment. Like it's not actually there. It's like non-diegetic, but it was very, very cool. It made me think of like weirdly, it made me think of Alice in Wonderland. I guess it just gave me that vibe.
Yeah.
And also, the character design's kind of interesting because they draw the mouth really close to the nose.
I was going to say, I like their weird squish faces.
Yeah.
They got cute squish faces. All the characters are uniquely drawn.
Yeah. Some of the little kids do like they've been scaled down, just like with the scale down tool.
They look like believable children, which is surprisingly hard to draw.
Yes, yes.
And basically, the overall animation, even without set pieces, particularly the animation of them after they discovered the horrible secret, their facial expressions and dialogue was just perfectly
Well done.
animated.
Yes.
Well done.
The
The
scene
scenery, beautiful.
The scene where they're trying to stifle their own screams is
Yes.
Yeah. I want to say how, like, going into this, I was like, you know what? I just realized I'm kind of burnt out on anime, like, having watched one nearly every week for the last, like, almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was good, and I was like, okay, yay.
They gave us a good first episode at the very least.
Yes.
Very good hook.
Second season notwithstanding.
Yeah, can we also talk about that that intro music?
Yeah,
I wasn't
OP cool.
I wasn't expecting that, like, random, like, the jazzy bits. I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
It's funky.
I unfortunately didn't pay enough attention to the OP because while it was playing, I did try to look up what the character design reminded me of, and it was original art, like visual novel Higurashi. And I mean, I know that's a bit like not rude to say. Like, okay, the original Higurashi art is a bit of a bold style. I'll put it that way.
Okay, I'll put it a different way, just so you don't have to. The original art from the Higurashi VN is bad.
I don't.
It's just bad.
I just think the way that they proportion the heads are very similar.
It's a little similar, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you don't have to feel bad about thinking that, Blackhole, because clearly they fucking thought that too, and that's why it's gone.
Yeah.
God.
It's not a style they continued in.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, listen, they were just trying to stand out. They took the proportions very extreme. We can't talk about
We can't talk about Higurashi in this episode.
We gotta talk about this one. I didn't mind the proportions in this one.
I didn't mind them. I just thought they were striking.
Yes, I could see that.
I feel like we're justified in talking about Higurashi because I feel like there was a kinship at least between these first episodes.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
This one is a little more subtle about it.
More subtle. I think different, like, styles of show in general. Like, this almost feels like fairy tale scary, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Higurashi feels more like maybe like mystery thriller scary. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever you first start watching it, it very much feels like a story like Fatal Attraction or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think I'd be pretty confident in saying that we probably want some more of this. It's good.
It's good.
We just have to not watch. Well,
to quote a famous meme, I like the it.
I like the it. And not the clown.
So listeners, if you would like us to tell you what it's like on the outside, you'll have to wait until you're 12 years old. We also have an email at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That's one the word, not the number. Tweet us. The first thing you do when you get out. We are at oneepisodecast on Twitter.
That sounds like they're getting out of prison.
I mean, in a way.
Yeah, life is a prison.
That'll be like the first thing I do when I get out is I'm gonna eat a Reuben sandwich and then I am gonna kill Terry.
Yeah, our show is only popular with prisoners, so
the first thing I'm gonna do when getting out is become a Reuben sandwich.
You let me out of here, I swear the first thing I do is I will kill again.
God. Y'all need to let me out of here.
Yeah,
right
we gotta
now.
go.
You must stay away from the gate.
I will not.